Wishing you a wonderful day, everyone. Welcome back to Senior Life Tips, your go-to place for living stronger, healthier, and happier every single day. Today, we're diving into our special series, Seniors Health, packed with simple tips and powerful insights to help you stay energized, pain-free, and full of life. Let's get started. Have you ever sat down with a handful of nuts, thinking, this must be healthy? I know I have. For years, I believed that nuts were one of nature's perfect snacks, full of protein, healthy fats, and just enough crunch to feel satisfying. And in many ways, that's true. But here's something I've learned: not all nuts are created equal, especially as we age. As someone over 60, I've begun to notice that my body reacts differently to certain foods. Things I used to tolerate just fine now cause discomfort, bloating, or worse. And that got me curious. Are all nuts really good for us as we get older? The answer surprised me. Some of the most popular nuts on grocery store shelves can actually do more harm than good, triggering inflammation, disrupting digestion, even affecting heart health. But the good news is, there are also certain nuts that can help protect our brain, strengthen bones, and support a healthy heart, the kind of support we really need after 60. So today, I want to share what I've discovered, not as a doctor, but as someone who's lived through the ups and downs of aging and has done the research from a senior's perspective. Let's start with the 3 nuts I believe seniors should think twice about. And then I'll share the 3 nuts I always keep stocked in my kitchen now. The 3 nuts seniors should be careful with. 1. Cashews, the creamy culprit. I used to love cashews. Still do, honestly. Their buttery taste made them feel indulgent, like a healthy treat. But here's something I didn't know until I dug deeper. Cashews are surprisingly high in oxalates. These are natural compounds that can increase the risk of kidney stones, a real problem for seniors with slower kidney function. Now, does this mean 1 or 2 cashews will land you in the hospital? Of course not. But if you're snacking on a handful every day like I used to, and you already have kidney concerns, it might be time to switch things up. Cashews are also quite high in carbs compared to other nuts. For anyone trying to manage blood sugar levels or dealing with prediabetes, which is so common in people over 60, that's worth paying attention to. I remember one afternoon when I ate a small bag of trail mix, mostly cashews, and my blood sugar spiked enough to make me feel shaky. It was subtle, but real. Cashews aren't evil, but they're not always senior-friendly, especially in large amounts. 2. Macadamia nuts. High fat, low fiber. Now, I'll be honest, macadamia nuts are delicious. But for seniors trying to maintain healthy weight, manage cholesterol, or avoid constipation, they might not be the best choice. Why? While they're rich in fat, mostly the good kind, they're also very low in fiber and protein. That means they're not very filling. It's easy to eat way more than you intended. I found myself reaching into the jar again and again because I never felt done. That's a dangerous pattern, especially when you're watching your calories or trying to support digestion. Also, macadamia nuts tend to be expensive, and when a food is pricey, we assume it must be healthy. But cost doesn't always equal benefit. For seniors, that richness can also mean digestive discomfort. If you've ever felt bloated or sluggish after eating a handful, you're not alone. I had to stop buying them because I couldn't resist overeating, and my stomach paid the price. 3. Peanuts. Cheap but problematic. Peanuts are everywhere. In snack bars, peanut butter, even protein shakes. But here's something I didn't know until I started paying closer attention. Peanuts aren't even technically nuts. They're legumes, like beans. And for many people, especially older adults, they can be inflammatory. I'm not saying everyone reacts the same way, but I personally noticed more joint stiffness after eating peanut-heavy snacks. Turns out, peanuts contain lectins and omega-6 fats, both of which can contribute to inflammation in some people. And if you already struggle with arthritis or joint pain, this matters. Even more concerning is that peanuts are often contaminated with a mold toxin called aflatoxin, especially in cheaper brands. This toxin has been linked to liver issues over time. That doesn't mean you have to panic if you enjoy peanut butter. Now and then. But personally, I've moved toward almond or walnut butters instead, just to be on the safe side. Peanuts are affordable, yes, but sometimes the cost you saved today shows up in your health tomorrow. The 3 nuts seniors should absolutely include. Now for the good news, and there's plenty. There are a few nuts I now consider essential parts of my weekly routine. I keep jars of them on my counter, and they've truly helped me feel stronger and more balanced. Let's dive in. 1. Walnuts, the brain's best friend. If I had to choose only one nut to eat for the rest of my life, it would be walnuts. These wrinkled little guys don't just look like brains, they nourish them too. Walnuts are rich in omega, 3 fatty acids, particularly ALA, alpha-linolenic acid, which has been shown in studies to support cognitive function and slow age-related memory decline. I've personally found that eating a small handful of walnuts in the morning, sometimes chopped into my oatmeal, helps me stay mentally clear through the day. Whether it's placebo or not, I feel sharper, and science backs it up. Regular. Walnut consumption has been associated with better memory, reduced inflammation, and even a lower risk of Alzheimer's disease. They also support heart health, thanks to their antioxidant content, and they're high in fiber, helping keep digestion moving. For seniors like me, that's no small benefit. 2. Almonds, the balance powerhouse. Almonds are a staple in my house, plain, unsalted, and usually raw. Why? Because they strike the perfect balance: protein, fiber, and healthy fats in every bite. That means you feel full longer, which helps with weight control. And they're naturally low in carbs, making them great for managing blood sugar. But here's what really convinced me to lean into almonds: their bone-strengthening minerals. Magnesium, calcium, and phosphorus, all critical for maintaining bone density as we age, especially for women post-menopause who face a higher risk of osteoporosis. I sprinkle almonds into salads, blend them into smoothies, and even make my own almond milk sometimes. If you're looking for a versatile nut that supports heart, bone, and metabolic health, this is it. Just one tip: chew them well. Almonds are tough, and seniors with dental issues might struggle with whole nuts. Slivered or soaked almonds are much easier to handle. 3. Pistachios, the heart helper with a smile. Pistachios are the nut I reach for when I want something that feels like a treat, but without the guilt. They're slightly sweet, beautifully green, and packed with nutrients. What makes them special for seniors is their heart-healthy profile. They're loaded with antioxidants, including lutein and zeaxanthin, which also help protect aging eyes. Unlike macadamias, pistachios are rich in fiber and plant-based protein, which makes them filling and easy on digestion. And unlike peanuts, they're lower in inflammatory compounds. In fact, regular pistachio consumption has been linked to improved cholesterol, better blood vessel function, and even enhanced circulation. Bonus: because they usually come in shells, you have to slow down to eat them, which naturally helps with portion control. I always say pistachios are the mindful eating nut. They make you pause, chew, and appreciate. Final thoughts: it's not about fear, it's about wisdom. Now, I want to be clear. I'm not telling you to fear food. Not at all. But I do believe in learning, adjusting, and honoring the body we have now, not the one we had at 30. What worked for us then might not serve us anymore. I used to eat peanuts by the handful. Now I choose walnuts instead. I gave up my favorite cashew trail mix in favor of almonds and pistachios. And the truth is, I don't feel like I'm missing out. I feel like I'm finally feeding my body what it actually needs. At our age, every bite matters. And making small changes, the kind that feel easy and natural, can quietly add up to big improvements over time. Better energy, less joint pain, more mental clarity. That's the kind of payoff that matters. So, what's in your pantry right now? Take a look. Maybe this is the perfect time to make a few thoughtful swaps. If this video gave you something to think about, Let me know in the comments. Just type 1 if you learned something new or plan to make a change. And if you didn't find it helpful, type 0. I always appreciate honest feedback. And of course, if you want more tips like this made just for us seniors, don't forget to subscribe and click the bell. That way, you never miss a video that could help you live healthier, longer, and happier. Until next time, remember, you're not too old to change and never too wise to keep learning. Here's to better snacks and better health, one bite at a time.